Hi, Steve from Chorus Guitar, and today you've been looking at a demo of the modelled Tweed Deluxe and Tweed Deluxe Blues preset. I made them on the GP-50, you can make them on the GP-5 as well, but you can also make the presets actually on the GP-50 itself without using the app. The GP-5 you've got to use the app, but the GP-50 you don't have to. Okay, Valeton kindly sent me this one. Thank you so much for that. And I'd like your comments, please. I've got some really cool comments off you recently. Please keep it up. Likes and subscribes, wicked. Let's find out how to do the Bluetooth setup for one of these and the GP-5. So let's crack on with that. Let's have a look at how to set up the GP-50. Now, the nice thing about the GP-50 is it's got an internal battery. So that's really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press these two buttons here. It says Save in Global. And hopefully the GP-50 will jump into life. It does, it bursts into life. So I've got Save and Global. As you can see here, it's got like a little power icon. So what I want to do to connect it via Bluetooth, if you wish. Having said that, the GP-50 can be operated quite easily on its own, so you don't need to use the app. But let's just get the GP-50 app up and running. So what I need to do is, first of all, press the Exit Bluetooth button. Okay, and we have a little icon flashing on and off in the top right corner. I'm going to press this little icon here on my app, then press here, and then press the blue Connect device. And there you have it. All the settings are there, ready for you to make your own presets. And that's how you set up the Bluetooth on a GP-50. Right, so let's set up the preset for the Tweed Deluxe and the Tweed Deluxe Blues. It's a nice, yet again, a nice simple build. And it really is just an amp, cab and reverb. So I'm using the Fret King Corona, which is like a copy of a Stratocaster, and it's got single coils and a P90. So let's have a look at how to set it up. And first of all, we don't need any noise reduction. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the amplifier. Oh no, in fact, we're going to go to the patch setting, and that should be set to 50, okay, which it is already. That's brilliant. So patch setting there, just pop to edit. That takes you back to the main thing. And then we're going to go to amp. And it's already set up for Tweedy because I think that's the first amp in the selection. So on amp, our settings are going to be quite easy. The gain is going to be set to 70, so we're going to up that quite a lot. There you go. And the tone setting is going to be set to 60. So that's just a little increment. Oops, there you go. And the volume we're going to set, well, to what it is, 50. So that's brilliant. And then we need to arm it. Oops, press that little virtual switch there. Now the cab on this is really small, but it sounds pretty cool. And it's the Tweedy CP1x8. And the setting for that is as is 50. So just make sure you arm it again. And let's have a little listen to that. Let's have a little listen. So I'm just using my front pickup there. Let's hear it on the rear pickup. So a little bit of a pushed clean. Well, that sounds a little bit dry, but it sounds pretty nice. So what we're going to pop over is to the reverb. And guess what? If you've watched my previous videos, yes, we're going to use spring again. It's spring again. Right, okay, so let's press that. I won't burst into song, you don't want that. Okay, so let's go to spring on there. Yep, I've already armed it. I just pop the trail on. And the spring setting is going to be 15 on the decay. Now the decay is the length of the reverb. So let's just take that down from 50 because it would be very big. Okay, and we're going to set the mix to 20. So we're going to drop that a little bit. There you go. Right, so that, now let's have a listen to that. Nice. Nice. And on the rear? Very tasty. Okay, so that is how to set up, and don't forget to press that at the top and name your preset, the folder icon at the top. That is how to set up the Tweed Deluxe. Now, the difference between the Tweed Deluxe and the Tweed Deluxe Blues, everything's set up the same, but I just add a delay onto the Tweed Deluxe Blues. So let's have a look at that. So you can just save this patch and then you can add the delay on and then save that again to another patch location. So on the delay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the slapback. Now, slapback's used for rock and roll and all sorts of things, so it's a really useful thing to go to. If you don't use slapback, you could just use a normal delay and set it to, you know, what I'm going to set mine to. So when I'm playing blues, I tend to set my milliseconds to about 175. If I'm doing country, I tend to set it to about 125, so a little bit shorter. Okay, now the feedback I'm going to leave on 30, and the mix I'm going to put onto 15. So I'm going to drop that mix a little bit. Okay, oops, there we go. And then arm it, and you can put the trail on if you wish. Okay, let's have a listen to that now. So that should sound a little bit different. Sounds cool. So this is on the front pickup. Okay, and on the back, let's have a listen to that. So I'll play the similar thing. You can hear the difference it makes when you add that delay. It's great. So please, let's have some comments. I've had some really nice comments off you lot. And it's really nice and encouraging for me to hear those comments. This GP-50, I might have mentioned earlier, it was sent to me via Valeton. Thank you very much for that. Like and subscribe and enjoy the presets. There's loads of other presets on my channel as well that you can set your GP-50s and your GP-5s up with as well. So enjoy those too. And I'll speak to you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.